Okay, so I have a few items here. I have Quaker Life Cinnamon. It's kind of like shredded wheat type biscuits multigrain cereal. I have Campbell's Kitchen Classics Beef Barley Soup. I have Kinder's Grilled Chicken Marinade. And I have Rayo's Homemade Marinara Sauce for Pasta. And I'm going to use the Syns Estimator on the app to see if I can find out what the sins are for each of these products. Because I just called in the other day. I actually called the Slimming World number that was on the website, and I asked them how to do the Syns Estimator correctly, because I knew I wasn't doing something correct. And it was the excuse me, it was the last thing where it was asking about like serving size or something like that. And I was thinking, oh, I'm just having one serving, so it's one. That was not correct. So I'll show you how that goes. So right here, the first one I'm going to do is this Rayo's Homemade All Natural Premium Marinara. So I went over here and I put it in to see, is it in there? And it says, sorry, that's not on our database. So I'm going to go right here and use the Syns Estimator. So I go ahead and I put in the name of the item. So it's Rayo's, let's go back, M-A-R-I-N-A-R-A. Marinara. I'm just going to put sauce because that's what it is. It doesn't say that on the label, but it's marinara sauce. It asked if I have any free foods. So what she told me to do was to look at the ingredients, which are right there. So you have to look at the first 5 ingredients, and if there's any free foods in the first 5 ingredients, then yes, you would put that in the free food option. So it shows Italian whole peeled tomatoes. That's the first ingredient. By the way, this is a very clean product. Those are all the ingredients that are in the whole thing right there. So it says that tomatoes are in here. So I'm going through here looking through this list of free foods. Okay. Tomatoes. So I'm going to click that. Tomatoes. I'm going to say done. And then I have to hit next. So right here, we're going to do per serving, because there's almost nothing that's just, 100 grams. So we're going to choose per serving. All right, here's where we're going to enter our nutrition information. That's right here. Okay, so energy is what we have listed as calories. It's 100. The fat is 8. The carbs are 6. The sugars are 5. The protein is 2. Okay, and here's where I was messing up. It said portion size, and I thought, oh, I'm taking one portion. No. You have to come right here where it says serving size, half cup, and put in the grams, and that is 125 grams. Then you hit the estimate. So there you are. 3 Syns per serving, which is 125 grams or half a cup. So if I was sitting down to eat a bowl of pasta, a half a cup is probably more than sufficient for what I would need to cover my portion. This has about 5 servings per container. So then what I want to do, it says add to food plan, which I do, so I don't have to keep looking this up every time that I come and look for a food. So I'm going to add it to the plan. So now it says it's added it. Now I want to go back because I'm going to start again and do one of these other items. Start again. I'm going to change this to, this is the Kinder's grilled chicken, grilling glaze, and marinade. Now, I have a feeling this is going to be high in Syns, but you also may not need very much of it either. So you hear my Claire, she's out back. I had to put the dogs out in the back pen, let them run around outside until I got finished doing this, because if I was having them inside, they'd be doing that right here next to the camera. Kinder's marinade. Grilled chicken. That doesn't look like chicken at all. Okay. Alright, there are no free foods in this. I can go ahead and tell you that there's nothing in there that would be free. So then I just say next. Per serving. Right, now we're going to look on the back here. A serving size is a tablespoon. So we're going to put energy is 20. Fat is 1. Carbs are 5. Sugar is 3. Protein 0. And then the portion size is grams. And as you see right there, that's 18 grams. So it's 1 Syn per tablespoon of the marinade. So say I wanted to use, I don't know, 6 tablespoons. I just go here to my portions. I bump it up to 6, and then I do update. So if I have 6 tablespoons, it is 6 Syns. So I'm going to go back down to 1. I'm going to update it. I'm going to add it to the food plan, so next time I want to use it, it's already there. So, the Kinder's grilled chicken marinade and glaze is 1 Syn per tablespoon. So that is interesting. That is lower than I expected it to be. So I go back. I'm going to start again. We're going to rename this. So, this is the Campbell's Kitchen Classics Beef Barley Soup. I got this to start eating food again after my dental surgery, which I didn't get to this one, but it's still in there. And I'm sorry if I sound terrible. I've got such a cold. I don't know where it came from. My fever went up the other day, like really high, but then it's been down ever since. But my cold is still lingering, so I apologize if I sound a bit stuffy. Campbell's beef barley soup. So ask me if I have any free food allowance. I'm going to look at the ingredients. The first ingredient is beef stock. The second one is seasoned beef. The third is beef broth and modified cornstarch product. Potatoes, carrots. So the first one that's mentioned that might be free is beef. So I'm going to choose that one because it's the very first one listed. And then I do next. I'm going to do it per serving. All right, my energy, here you go, is 90. My fat is 1.5. Now that's one thing I've noticed on here is sometimes you can't do like something point something, like on your weight. If you weigh, I don't know, say you weigh 15 stone, 5.3 or something like that, you can't choose the 0.3 on there and stuff like that. Or on a serving of something, there was something on there I was trying to figure out, and you couldn't choose like point something. It has to be this whole number or that whole number. All right, let's do carbs. Carbs are going to be 15. Oh, sorry, 15. Sugar is 2. Protein is 5, and a portion size, okay, so here's my problem on this particular can, is it says, it just has the cup. So let me look over here and see if it's on the front. Okay, so here's the deal. We're going to go back and change it. We're going to do 1 can because it says a serving size is a can. So I can do it that way. Let's start over. We're going to go by that second row because it says serving size is a can. So we're going to use the one that's per can, which is the 160 calories. The fat is 2 grams. The carbs are 26 grams. The sugar is 3 grams. The protein is 9 grams. All right, so you see here, it doesn't say what the grams are or anything on this. So, since we're doing it for the whole can, I turn it around, and right here on the front, the whole amount in the can is either 14.5 ounces or 412 grams. So I'm going to put 412. Then I'm going to do my estimate. So this whole can is 1.5 Syns. So sometimes you do have to look around for your weights and figure out how to use it based on this. Like the 90 calories was 1 cup, but if serving size is 1 can, then we're going to do the estimate for the whole can. So 1.5 Syns. I'm going to add it to my food plan. And let's do some cereal. I don't eat cereal a whole lot, but when I was sick and I didn't feel like cooking anything, sometimes I would eat some cereal. Now this is since I've had this cold, not when I was doing the dental surgery. So we're going to go back. We're going to start again. This is cereal. Quaker, which is a brand here. I don't know if you guys have that in the UK, but it's an American brand. Quaker. Life. multigrain cereal. And I'm putting cinnamon because there are other flavors of this cereal out there, and they may have a different nutritional content. Let's see what it says on the ingredients. So the first ingredient is whole grain oat flour, then sugar, corn flour, whole wheat flour. So I'm going to put no free foods on here. Alright, next. So we're going to do this. If you look right here, we're just going to do the cereal alone at 160 calories, which is your energy, because the other one is a nutritional makeup if you're using some milk. We just want to know the cereal because, like me, I don't use regular milk. I use almond milk, so I would, figure that out separately. Okay. Per serving, 160 on the energy. Fat is 2. Carbs are 33. Sugar is 10. Protein is 4. And a portion size is 42 grams. So 8 cents per cup on the Quaker Life cinnamon cereal. So I hope that has helped you guys with how to use the Syns Estimator. It made me realize what I was doing wrong. On estimating, it would make things either really high or too low, and I knew something was not correct because I happened to be looking up the ramen noodles, which if you go on to the Losers Club Facebook group, I posted up a video there when I was trying to figure up some ramen noodles that I had, and I just assumed that they they didn't have it in the database. So I was figuring it up, and then all of a sudden I was like, I'm just gonna look and see, and I happened to find it in there. Now the one that was in the database was beef, and I'm using chicken, but my sin value was way above what the one in the database was, and that's how I knew I was not doing something correctly. And that's what prompted me to, first of all, reach out in the Losers Club, which is Lisa and Rufus Facebook group that goes along with our weekly live event under their YouTube channel, Beyond Authentic Health, or is it Beyond Authentic? They might have taken off the health part. It might just be Beyond Authentic. One of those two. But anyway, I posted in there for some feedback, and they were doing kind of similar to what I was doing, and I thought, well, still not convinced, so let me call and be sure. And I called the headquarters, or whatever, the customer service number. I'm here in the States, but I called over there, and she walked me through using the Syns Estimator, and that's how I found out what I was doing wrong. So I hope this has helped you guys in figuring out how to calculate sins, especially if you're like me, somewhere that maybe is in the States where you depend a lot on using the Syns Estimator. So anyway, that is what I have for you this week. I can't do a whole lot. I really feeling rough, but I did do a weigh-in, and I will post that right after this. So as you see right here, I'm weighing in and my weight was 17.8.6, and that gives me a 4.5 pound loss. So here I was able to look at what I have lost for the month of September, and if you click on the button at the bottom, you can look at your previous months and it'll tell you how much you've lost on each of those months. I also went in and put that I would like to lose 3 pounds this week, and that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you're all having a great week, and I will catch up with you on Wednesday at the Losers Club. Hope you all have a fabulous week. Thank you for watching, and please like, subscribe, comment, and share my channel. I would greatly appreciate it.